Hello. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. How are you today? Sorry, I'm stalling a little bit because I am having some problems with my headphones. So I am going to do this stream in the most awkward way imaginable, which is that I'm going to have to listen to my own stream with my AirPods in, and I'm going to have to listen to myself on delay, which is going to be super, super annoying. But I'm gonna have to make do. But it's good to see everybody. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. It is 10:04 in the morning on a very, very, very rainy day. It is pouring rain outside. Weather's absolutely so what better way to pass the time than to chat with you guys about the latest nonsense in the reaction community. Oh, you're having an awkward day too, Amber? Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, hang on. I think I'm getting a little bit of feedback in my AirPods. This is so embarrassing. I have literally been told 1,000 times how to fix this, and I don't know what my problem is. Let me try to yeah, okay. Alright, I'm hoping that the audio improves, and if it doesn't, then I'm gonna pull the plug and go later. Alright, you know what? It seems to be okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fire up Jordy because I know that you guys are gonna be able to hear Jordy pretty well. And if I have to hear him on a delay so much, you know oh, well. Alright. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that, that stream that I did the other day about Mr. Snowflake has been uploaded to Rumble, so if you guys wanna watch it, the link is in my community tab. And the reason that I had to private the stream on YouTube and upload it to Rumble is I was told that Mr. Snowflake is, strike happy. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can fix something here. Super annoying. I apologize. I apologize for this. Okay, my audio is really, really bad. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can fiddle with it. You guys, I think that I may have fixed it. I think that it's okay. Now my headphones are working. I do not have to listen with feedback and all that other nonsense. Okay, there are 105 people here. Excuse me. So let's get on with it, shall we? I apologize for all those technical problems. All right, so let's bring Jordy up. Yeah, it does sound a lot better now, doesn't it, Amber? I don't know what the hell is going on. Sometimes I have trouble with Bluetooth and hooking up the headphones, and if the headphones aren't working or cooperating, then I get feedback and I get weirdness from the mic. So, okay, let's go. Now, for those of you who did not know, and I didn't know because last night I was streaming and somebody came into stream and said, "Oh, by the way, Jordy has some other cat conspiracy because that woman who wrote to him before wrote to him about some cat related drama involving Tommy. And he's talking about it now." And I thought, okay, I'm not going to snipe um, because I just didn't feel like it because his streams are super long and sometimes it takes him a long time to get to the point. So I thought, all right, I'm going to give it a miss and I'm going to watch it and see if there's anything worth covering. Well, there was something worth covering. There were a couple of things that were worth covering. So, and we're going to close out. I'm going to do something just for my friend Karsten. It's about the movie Wicked. I know that Karsten has been looking forward to this movie. The movie is getting rave reviews. For those of you who didn't know, Wicked is coming out. It's being released on the same day as Gladiator 2. Gladiator 2 is getting a big meh. The attention it's getting, I think, is largely driven by people's love of the original. But people don't like Gladiator 2, and people have been losing their spadoinkle over Wicked. So, Amy Robinson uploaded a video about the press tour, which I thought was very amusing. And it's all in good fun. So, anyway, let's watch Jordy because Jordy made a discovery last night during his stream, which I thought was hilarious. Let's go.
Is it hectic.ambi? Is it, if I just plug it into the URL like this, will it work? Yes, you're blocked.
Amberlynn.
Well, what the fuck did I ever do to you?
Oh, Jordy.
Blocked me on Instagram. What the hell?
What the hell did I love that pause face? What the hell did I ever do to you? Well, Jordy, you want me to give you some examples? You have suggested that her girlfriend is a drug addict who is unfit to be a nurse. You have blamed or you have made a lot of accusations calling Tommy a serial killer, or if not directly saying that, you have suggested that she is comparable, and your audience has suggested that she is comparable to Eileen Wuornos, Ed Gein, Ted Bundy. You have basically been stalking her all over the internet. You have been spreading lies and rumors, or at least heavily exaggerated stories. You took the word of one person who had a grudge against Tommy. You splashed it all over your channel, which then led other reaction channels to run with it. You're basically a stalker and an A-log, as Anna points out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What have I done to you? Really? You're an absolute weirdo, Jordy. You are a weirdo. So let's continue. The entitlement of it.
What have I ever done to you? Well, now I'm never going to be able to see Amberlynn's Instagram ever again. Son of a bitch. I mean, for real. For real. What have name one thing, Amber, that I have done to warrant you blocking me on Instagram? Are we in middle school? I don't know. I've never replied to her Q&As. Anytime that we have had an interaction on Instagram, it's her messaging me. What did I do to deserve this? I think that this is over the top. I think it's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's annoying. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, for those of you who are saying that I don't understand his sense of humor, I think that if you are going to go on your channel and you're going to accuse somebody of being a murderer, and basically say, I'm not issuing a call to action, but you know what your audience is going to do, and they then proceed to bombard the hospital with calls or try to contact the nursing bureau about someone based on the word of an anonymous Instagram correspondent, then I can get on my channel and call him a giant baby because he's reacting this way to being blocked by somebody he's been A-logging for ages. Hi, baby. Hi, Negs. How you doing? So let's continue.
Yeah, you can pay to get my address and phone number, but I can't see your Instagram. How does that work? I know.
I can explain, Jordy.
Pays for my information and then blocks me. Bull. This. I want an explanation for this and an apology. That's just it. An explanation and an apology. I'm still waiting for my apology from Chantal. This is uncalled for. This is nasty. This is honestly, if Amberlynn was streaming right now, I would go on her live stream and type in her chat, "You're sick." Because really, this is sick. This is ridiculous. Blocked. Annoying. So someone reaches out to the feeder via Instagram message, and for whatever reason, the feeder enjoys talking to you guys. The feeder enjoys talking to anyone that messages them on Facebook. And
yeah, you know what? If I could give anybody a piece of advice, it's if some weirdo reaches out to you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, somebody who watches you and wants to get into a back and forth with you, don't respond. Okay. If somebody has, useful information to give you, that's one thing. But don't go back and forth with, no offense to anybody in chat. Don't get into these back and forths with people. Just don't. They always end up on the internet. They're turned into content. They're not really looking out for your best interests. I don't know why Amber and Tommy engage with these weirdos, but I would strongly advise them to stop. Apparently, some troll put up a missing poster for Twinkie on that same Pet FBI website where Rarity's disappearance is being advertised. And so Amber had to go on stream and make a video showing that Twinkie was with her. And as a result, it appears that that website took down the missing the missing posters for both Twinkie and Rarity, who really is missing as far as we know. So that was cute. Let's continue.
Yeah, sorry, not Facebook, Instagram. And this is what went down. Someone said, "Is Twinkie really missing?" And the feeder said, "No." And this person said, "Somebody's trolling with a fake account." And Emily responds, "I know." And it got Rarity's poster taken down. It is effed up. So the fact that all of the drama has kind of hit the fan with some of these help us find our pet websites like Pet FBI and Lost Pets of Wisconsin or whatever. The fact that all of that is happening, I think that they're just like, well, this is all just a troll. Well, the fact that they were trolling about the dog, it's probably fishy, something about the cat too. So, you know what? We don't want anything to do with you. Take down the cat post, take down the dog post. We don't want any. This is not a place for your drama community on YouTube to come and like. There are a lot of emotional people in here. We don't want to get mixed up in this. So the genuine post that Amberlynn and Emily had submitted to Lost Pets of Whatever or Pet FBI, that actually ended up getting taken down because of some troll in the community submitting Twinkie's information like this.
Imagine cultivating such a horrible community that you have to inform them, presumably people who are adults, that you have to tell them, don't do this or this is the wrong thing to do. These people have no moral compass at all. None. And imagine that you have cultivated that kind of an audience that you then have to step in and say, now, whoa, 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 guys, that's not right. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
So now that we have kind of gone over the Twinkie stuff, I think that we should once and for all take a look and see what Amberlynn had to say herself. What do y'all think?
No, I don't want to watch that.
Da-da-da-da.
I want to look at where he put up the DMs.
But first,
Okay.
No, it ain't. Just bro, thank you.
Okay, hang on. Let me just go to the place where he starts reading the DMs from this person who contacted him, who seems to be really keen on him and enjoys the fact that she's got a megaphone for him to repeat everything she says verbatim as if it's, gospel.
Emily, oh my gosh. Oh boy. Well, people said the same thing about when Amber came on here and did the Tommy Rumors video when she read off of a script. Somebody said that, or some people said that, that was all forced as well, and that Emily was the one that wrote that script. Exactly. Teardrop, thank you for the super sticker. Chantal's bulging eyeball, thank you. I hate this heifer more than normal today.
Imagine.
I don't think that anyone is Amberlynn's fan today. Not even Amberlynn. Thank you, Chantal's bulging eyeball. Eugenia Cooney, thank you so much for the super chat. Glad to see you're not talking about me or Jeffrey. I have a Eugenia. I have a Eugenia. So we did Eugenia on a live stream.
Did you?
About a week ago. And
I'm
going to upload that section of the live stream soon. But there is Eugenia Cooney content coming soon. Hashtag.
Oh, good
TM.
luck to you with that.
Chief Kitten Mittens, thank you. Did anyone get...
I can't wait to hear his hot takes on a girl who has been dying in front of our eyes for years. That's going to be quality content.
FBI Frank on the case? Someone said that earlier. Oh my gosh. The FBI is involved in finding Amberlynn's missing cat. Okay, let's take a look. So again, the context of these messages is the account of what the ex-wife's ex had to say regarding this situation with the animals.
Okay, now this person is the individual who had already DM'd Jordy. This is the woman who was married to the person who left her. We don't know if she left her for Tommy or they had been split up and she met Tommy and then they started a relationship. And that was the woman who held Tommy up at weapon point in the garage and was convicted of it. So this is who decided to reach out to Jordy again to spill more tea. And the only thing that I am taking away from the previous batch of DMs and these DMs is that both this woman who's reaching out to Jordy and the ex-wife are out of their goddamn minds. They're both crazy. Okay. The kinds of people that you want to avoid at all costs. And again, we're getting a very one-sided view of what happened in this situation. So let's take a look.
So she messaged and said, I guarantee that Amberlynn does not have her pets at Amber's house, or sorry, at Emily's house, because Emily refused, and I mean refused, to have my and my ex-wife's cat Nemo at her house.
Okay, so now the new conspiracy theory is that the animals aren't actually at the house with Amberlynn, even though she has shown the animals at the house. But now this lunatic is writing to Jordy and making a claim that is obviously not true, but he's still running with it. So, okay, so Tommy did not want this woman and her ex's cat at her house. All right, let's go.
Has anyone proved that the animals are there? Because, like I
Yes,
said, there's
we've
a good
seen
chance
them.
that she never brought them because Emily refused to have my cat Nemo in her house. Now, this conversation was had prior to the Twinkie video uploading. So obviously, this is not the case. But this person was under the assumption that Amberlynn didn't have her pets there at all.
Of course
And
she
that this
does.
was all of a ruse. But it's interesting because she said that when they broke up, yeah,
Mhm.
when when the ex-wife and the person that Emily took away from that marriage, when they broke up, they had a cat named Nemo. And Emily did not want Nemo at her house. I don't want this cat at my house. I
Okay.
don't want Nemo at my house. Goes on to say.
Okay, now obviously, this is me just putting my thinking cap on. This is obviously because there was an issue with that cat, and we don't know what the issue was. Maybe the cat didn't get along with Tommy's other animals. Maybe the cat had issues. Maybe the cat was going outside of the litter box. We don't know what the problem was with the goddamn cat. And of course, we're not going to get any further details except that this woman is claiming that Tommy did not want their cat, this woman and the ex's cat, at her house. Now, if it is your home and there are already animals in the home, you have every right to put your foot down and say, no, I don't want more animals for whatever reason. It's your home. You have the right to make the rules. Again, we don't know what happened with this cat, but by all means, let's now we are going down this road where Amberlynn's animals aren't actually in a house where we have clearly seen them with our own eyes. See, if somebody sent me a message and they started off with that conspiracy theory, I would cut them off. I would block them because they're obviously nuts. But let's go.
I said, that's terrible. So your ex-wife wouldn't let you even see Nemo, even though she wasn't even living there with him. Did she ever say why Nemo wasn't allowed to live at Emily's? So she moves out. She gets her own apartment. She does whatever she does after that marriage kind of meets its demise.
Mm-hmm.
So the original ex-wife, the one that went to go be with Emily,
Mm-hmm.
she still has the apartment that she and the ex-wife, this person that's speaking right here, the apartment that they shared together.
Okay.
She still had that apartment. They kept Nemo at that apartment. And for a long time, Nemo just kind of chilled in the apartment by themselves.
Okay, wait a second. Can you people follow what is being said here? So this person and the ex-wife had an apartment, and the cat was living there by itself. Why didn't you take the cat then? Not you, Jordy, but the person writing to Jordy. Does nobody find this story to be completely bizarre? Am I the only one who thinks that it's weird? Why would you pay rent on an apartment and a cat is living there by itself with no humans around? So you're renting an apartment so that a cat can live there. Why didn't this woman take the cat then? Am I following? Am I following? Because this is how I'm interpreting these messages, which is why I am saying that everybody involved in this, and by everybody, I mean the person who wrote these messages and the ex-wife, the one who flipped out and, held Tommy at gunpoint. They're both insane, in my opinion. That is my diagnosis. Are you kidding me? Jordy, don't any red flags go up in your mind? Doesn't it occur to you that there's something very, very off about this woman's story? I mean, you don't have to be like an Emmy Award winning journalist to realize that something about this whole interaction is not right. Are you asking any questions? Well, let's wait and see.
I don't know for at how long, but I basically asked her, so I mean, what, you couldn't get into the apartment, you couldn't get Nemo, you couldn't help Nemo, and I said, well, why wasn't Nemo allowed to live at Emily's? If you're moving out and you're, now living with Emily, why can't she bring her cat along? And the reason that was provided was that Nemo wouldn't get along with Emily's animals.
And that is a perfectly reasonable reason to not bring another animal into the house. Let me tell you guys something. Now, you know that um, I don't like to reveal too much um, personal information about my relationship with Negs because it's nobody's business. But I will say that before I moved here permanently, he and I had a lot of conversations about Bug. And I openly admit that I was very concerned about whether Bug and Pebbles would get along. Bug was a very, very strong alpha, and so is Pebbles. And I thought, what happens? What would be the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that the dogs would fight, that they wouldn't get along, that there would be a problem bringing another dog, a very strong alpha, into a house with a very strong alpha. Well, it turns out that all my friends were right. All my dog owner friends were right because you have to understand, I've never owned a small dog. Okay, not ever. I've always owned boxers. And so I'm familiar with the behavior of large dogs, not little ones. All of my friends told me little dogs are extremely dominant. Bug is going to walk into the house, Pebbles is going to put him in his place, and everything's going to be fine. They will develop an understanding. And that's exactly what happened. There were no fights, there was no growling, there were no like standoffs, nothing went wrong. Bug left the car. They had Negs had Pebbles on a leash. The whole family was outside. They sniffed each other. Bug had zero interest in Pebbles and vice versa. And he was more interested in bonding with the humans, and everything has been fine since then. Everything has been fine. So, whenever you are combining two households with animals, you have to be very careful and you have to be cognizant of what is best for those animals. And I was thinking, my God, what am I going to do? Am I going to have to drive Bug back to DC? What am I going to, do? Because I'm moving into somebody else's house. It's not my home. Even though it will be my home, it's not my home. I am moving into a house that belongs to another person where there is already an animal living in the house. And thank God everything worked out. But this is a perfectly reasonable thing to worry about combining animals in two households. So far, I don't see what the problem is here, apart from the fact that it appears that a cat was living by itself in an apartment because reasons, which really doesn't make any sense.
So Emily told this person, no, if you're moving in, that's fine. The basement, whatever, you can go down there, but no cat. I don't want the cat. No cat, no Nemo. You keep that cat at your apartment. I don't want it here. And the ex was not allowed to see Nemo. I tried emailing her and asking her to send pictures or if I could come and get him. And I'm guessing that she was ignored until one day she finally got an email. Can you take Nemo? So I think what happened was Nemo was kept at the apartment. And it was just kind of like, okay, well, you can't be at Emily's, but I'm going to go live at Emily's. So I'm going to put out food. I'm going to put out water. You can stay here at the apartment. And maybe she would check on Nemo periodically.
Okay, I'm sorry, but there are no red flags flying at this point, right? I've got about a million red flags going up in my mind. This is one of the weirdest stories I have heard in the community in ages. That you would leave a cat by itself and a person would periodically go to clean the litter box, feed it, and give it water. What is that? So basically, what you're saying is, what this woman is saying is they abandoned a cat by itself, an animal, and made it live by itself in an apartment that they were paying rent on. and it was by itself. Who does that? Who does that? Are you kidding? It doesn't make sense, Jordy. It doesn't make sense, and you're not asking any questions? You're saying that this is a bad reflection on the character of a person who already had animals in their house, but you're not questioning why the person who wrote to you didn't just take the damn cat? What is going on here? It was living alone in an apartment. You people are all nuts.
You don't really know. I guess that's how it went down. But eventually she got tired of having to go back to the apartment, or she was getting rid of the apartment so that she could live with Emily full time. And she ended up messaging the ex over email asking her if she would finally take Nemo. Interesting. She goes on to...
Wait a second. So if the cat was abandoned in the apartment by itself, why didn't the person writing these messages just take the cat? None of it is falling into place. It's all very, very weird. And I think that this woman is crazy, but okay.
To say, for all we know, this could be Emily's selfish plan to attempt to take the heat off of her.
Oh, okay. So she's suggesting that what? That Tommy killed Rarity, or that Tommy opened the door and let Rarity out. Amberlynn admitted that she was the one who left the back door open and Rarity slipped out and escaped. But yeah, sure. Yeah, this is all one big conspiracy. There's a big grassy knoll involved in this story.
And I responded that she was not the only person that felt that way, and that there are many people in the community speculating that this was all planned, and that if Emily were to find Rarity in the future, then she'll be deemed a hero.
Oh, I see.
Oh, let's forget all about the feeder allegations. Let's forget all about the drama. Let's forget all about the dark, twisted narrative that has been made up about Emily. Now that she found Rarity, she's the hero. She found Rarity. Oh my gosh, we all love her now. Some people have speculated.
Wow, you guys, you want to talk about a reach. Is there any level to which you will not stoop? I guess the answer is no, but okay.
Speculated that as well. She goes on to say, obviously we know that this is not the case, but she goes on to say, I feel that, those animals went back with Amberlynn's mom. She says, I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to go find her. God forbid if that woman be off her phone longer than 5 minutes. Even at work, she was always on her damn phone nonstop. And I noticed throughout the this is really petty of me. But I noticed throughout these messages, she kept saying ARL. And for a while I ignored it, but I don't know. I guess I had a stand last night. I said, it's ALR, by the way.
Yeah, but the thing is, Anna, even if the cat was chipped, and I don't know if the cat is chipped, it wouldn't make a difference unless somebody found it, took it to the vet, they scanned the chip. And the other thing too is that the chip would have the information from the Oklahoma address, I guess, or I don't know how current the chip information is, because you have to keep on updating the chip information. It may even still be showing, I don't know, the Kentucky address, for all we know. So I mean, this is why Bug has an AirTag in his collar. I bought him a special collar where you can put an AirTag in, so that if he were to run off, I would be able to track him down. But AirTags are really big. I think that they would be a problem to put in a cat collar. Again, I'm saying I'm not a cat person, so I don't know if they make little itty bitty AirTags for cat collars, but we know that Rarity, I don't think the cats wear collars. But again, I'm not a stalker. I don't know every detail of the animals. Whether they're chipped or whether they have AirTags.
Stupid and petty. But I corrected her here. I just said, hey, it's ALR, by the way. She goes on to say, yeah, she's always on her phone at work, never gets off her phone. She's always on her phone. And, she smokes a ton and she's cruising her phone from the moment she wakes up to the moment she sleeps. I'll put $50 on that.
Really? That sounds like me a few years ago when I was a chain smoker. I would get up in the morning, I would light a cigarette, I would smoke all day, I would go outside to smoke, and I would be on my phone at work. Wow, how incredibly unusual this behavior is when somebody is a smoker and somebody's on their phone, or somebody has a phone that they check periodically or all day. Hi, Gesundheit. How are you? Actually, Gesundheit, I'm glad that you showed up here because I wanted to let you know something. So, I was in a chat the other day, and I don't remember whose it was, but I see that Aunt Maddie was trying to talk crap about me to you, and I wanted to tell you my side of the story. I'm sorry to bring the stream to a screeching halt, but I just wanted to tell you what happened. Okay. I have Aunt Maddie blocked, so I can't see what she says in chats. Aunt Maddie is somebody who A-logged me ferociously for months, if not well over a year, in chat after chat after chat. This is a woman who has mocked my infertility. This is a woman who has mocked my health conditions. She has mocked my family. She has accused me of not having a family because Aunt Maddie is one of these women who believes that unless you give birth to a child from your own body, you are not a legitimate parent. Aunt Maddie is my problem, and I could have ignored all that, but Aunt Maddie was present in Sarah Locklear's stream when Sarah's elementary school age daughter was showing her mother photos, pictures that she had received on Snapchat from older boys and men, very explicit pictures, and Sarah was chortling over them and saying things like, "Oh, I don't want to see some young boys," you know. And Aunt Maddie was in the stream. She was laughing along. She didn't say a word. There are people who are in stream right now who are also in the stream. But the people who are in my stream now came clean, said, I didn't say anything. I should have said something. It wasn't funny. It was very, very serious. And Aunt Maddie was called out and she got incredibly angry and lashed out at the people who criticized her. And that would be me and Hecate also. So, if she's running around in different chats playing the victim and saying that I am a terrible person because I said something, I don't even know what she claims I said about her. This is a woman who has been relentlessly coming for me for absolutely no reason. And now she wants to, and she threw rocks for a year or more, and now she wants to hide her hands. And she wants to claim that she shouldn't be called out for behaving like it was a big joke that Sarah was looking at the equivalent of CP during a stream and that her daughter was very vulnerable. And I want to point out that the daughter had been caught before. She had been caught once before exchanging inappropriate messages with boys on Snapchat, and Sarah said that her mother, Sarah's mother, so the girl's grandmother, intervened and they had a talk with her. And then it appears that the girl continued to do it, and we saw or we heard about it on stream because Sarah wasn't on camera, although she did put her daughter on camera briefly. So Aunt Maddie can cry the blues as much as she wants, but I have nothing to apologize for, and that's it, and period. So anyway, Gesundheit, I thought I owed you an explanation. And thanks for listening. Let's continue.
Oh boy. Well, interesting. So, I kind of prefaced this with maybe you guys wouldn't find that that interesting. Maybe you thought like this would be cold tea, whatever. But I just think that it's interesting that it was disclosed to us that Nemo was not allowed in Emily's house. I don't want Nemo here. No. You move in, you go to the basement. I'll make you protein shakes. I'll bring you the Uber Eats. That's fine. No cat. No cat. No cat. Just protein shakes. Oh, gosh. So no Nemo. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about the whole Nemo thing? I don't know. I mean, I would hate to think that there is a sinister twist to this and that someone or something deliberately acted as an independent variable in affecting Rarity getting out of the house. But I mean, after all, this is Amberlynn. This is Amberlynn, and this is Emily. I mean,
What do they have to do with these two weirdos keeping a cat in an apartment by itself? What do they have to do with it? I don't get it. A cat went missing. They posted a missing alert on a pet FBI website, and everybody went ham. And now there are a million conspiracy theories being spun out of a missing cat. It is insane. The whole community is crazy. The whole community is insane in the mem brain. That is my opinion. Completely insane. And no, Sarah hasn't been seen since. She was planning on a comeback, but it looks like the comeback was thwarted because nobody wants her back, and I think that she knows that people are lying in wait or laying in wait, ready to pounce when she does return. And I think that her silence and her unwillingness to come back, I have a feeling that something happened. I think that there was some sort of an intervention. I don't know for a fact, but I have a sneaking suspicion that something happened. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, and she wiped her content from her channel. Most of it, anyway, is gone. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to finish up with this um, this video because I know my audience and I know that it's mostly women, and I suspect that there are a lot of theater kids in the audience, and I know that a lot of people have been saying that they're looking forward to seeing Wicked, that they've been waiting and waiting. I saw some very hilarious reactions to people who had seen it in the theater and came out and they were crying and it was a drama. So I thought, all right, well, we took a look at Blake Lively's promotional tour for her movie, and we've looked at Jennifer Lopez's horrible documentary and that promotional tour and how everything went belly up. So we might as well take a look at the Wicked press tour, and the title is "The Wicked Press Tour is Going Very Wrong." This is Amy Robinson. I think she's a terrific creator. So let's take a look.
I mean, I'm a nobody, but you did it. You did it.
We love you.
And I was thinking I'm going to cry my glitter off. I'm going to go blind from glitter.
No, you
Drama.
don't stop.
Somebody at the Wicked team up, and I mean in a huge way. This is a multi-million-dollar mistake.
So I've got no idea if I am even qualified to talk on this topic matter, but what I can tell you is that I've been here when there was
And gay
Jennifer
men, right,
Lopez's.
Scotty?
This is me. Right, I was there when I was talking about the little promos for this. I was also here when Blake Lively was doing her promotion for It Ends With Us, and that was an absolute mess. So obviously, when I'm hearing about the Wicked press junket, the Wicked press tour, the crying, the emotional breakdowns of every single interview that these ladies are in.
Whoa, stop. Whoa.
Don't do it!
I'm leaving.
Don't do it! Stop, you guys!
You can't
Oh my
leave
God, the
little
drama.
SpongeBob SquarePants fiasco that went on with Ariana Grande. We have Cynthia, who plays Elphaba, okay, in The Wicked. So we have Cynthia over here, who felt attacked that a fan made an edit about the Wicked poster.
Yeah, I streamed
There's
about
actually
that
a lot
mess.
more to this, and the more that these ladies keep on appearing, and they're breaking down in tears. They are theater kids. They are the epitome of theater kids.
That's right.
Gotten a little bit of her softness, and she's got
Her strength.
a little bit of my strength.
Yeah. Truthfully.
He was outed at school my whole life. This film means so much to me, and there are so many millions of kids like me who find refuge in the witches. And I just want to let you know that
No, you both have to stop.
sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness. Stop now.
Me.
Not the time, helicopter. Go. Hey. Whoa, stop. Whoa.
Don't do it.
I'm leaving.
Don't do it. Stop, you guys.
You can't leave. You
No,
can't.
you
Really sorry. It just happens.
It's really emotional.
We can't help it. We're trying our best. But there's a lot of emotional things that happen, and we're just going with it.
Yeah, you need to understand.
We're
It's been like
weeping,
3 years, people.
Sopping hearts.
There's a lot
We've had
going
to keep
on.
this in for such a long time.
I will say this. They both look drastically different to how they looked before they started doing Wicked about 3 years ago. Okay, you can't tell me that they don't. And people are actually quite concerned for them both. And then when they then appear and they're crying, literally every single interview is them breaking down into tears about this film. And to tell you what, the one thing it is making me want to do is go and watch this film. I don't really have the biggest level of interest in the Wicked franchise. Okay, don't come for me, but I do love a good press junket. And what these two are doing is making me want to go and actually watch this film. The main reasoning as to why people are very watchful over what these two are doing. We have Ariana.
You know, I saw a video clip, and it was a side shot of Ariana Grande, and I have not followed her career at all. Okay, so I'm just speaking based on an impression that I got from seeing recent footage of her. That girl is so emaciated. She is so thin. I mean, maybe not Eugenia Cooney level thin, but she is so thin. And those of you who know her, those of you who have been following her, has she always been this thin? Or has she is it true that she's lost a lot of weight recently? Because god damn, she couldn't weigh more than 80 pounds. It's very noticeable. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go.
Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and both of them are excruciatingly
Yeah, I
talented.
thought so.
Okay, you heard Cynthia sing. God, that woman can sing. Oh my God, that woman can sing. Oh my gosh, I was watching some of her stuff and I was blown away. So that in itself, very, very talented individuals. The one thing that has been bothering a lot of people is that they are both very emotional when discussing this film. And they're also look very different to kind of how they did going into it. Now, I don't like commenting too much on the way that women look. But if we're going to be real with ourselves, if you're looking at how they looked before they went into the Wicked, before they started filming, versus after, they look very thin. And whenever they both appear,
so it is noticeable.
They're making themselves cry. They're making the interviewers cry. Everyone's crying. And
everyone's crying. What is going on?
Especially Ariana. She is in character. I feel like she's been in character for about 3.5 years. And you can tell that they are extremely proud of what they've done. I think that the reasoning why they're doing this, not just number one, because, you know, they're very proud of their work. Marketing genius, all right? Everyone is talking about, God, I now need to go and see Wicked just to see what this fuss is all about. And they're making...
Okay, see, the reason I'm not going to go see Wicked in the theater is because it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. If I'm going to spend 2 hours and 40 minutes in a theater, I have to be very, very invested. I'm sorry. I'm going to wait for it to come out on streaming. I know that's a huge cop out. I know it's filmed to be seen on a huge screen, you know, IMAX or whatever. I never saw the musical. The musical is the #1 most profitable musical in Broadway history. It's overtaken The Lion King. It has a rabid fan base. It is going to be a monster hit. It is going to crush Gladiator. It is going to be hugely recognized at the Academy Awards. And so I get it. And I get that there's like this fervor attached to the movie and that people are really excited about it. But I too am a sucker for press tours that go hilariously. I mean, I thought that the Deadpool press tour was brilliant. It was brilliant. They hit all the high notes. And the interaction between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman was brilliant. It was hilarious. And they really sold the movie. They sold the movie so much and so well that even I, who do not go see comic book movies, went to see it and I loved it. So, mission accomplished.
Making the interviewers cry as well. Like everyone is crying. It's like a therapy chat that I'm just stuck on the wall watching. Both of them have become very close to the point where I
Oh, Negs, it's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. It's the story of how Glinda the Good Witch and Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, first met, and how the Wicked Witch became wicked, and Glinda is kind of a mean girl. That's my understanding, and it's a musical. So, and it's huge. It's hugely successful. It's been a huge hit in New York and London, basically everywhere that it's played. So it's like I said, it's a Wizard of Oz prequel.
think they said they've gotten like 10 tattoos. I don't know if that's each or what, but they've gotten loads of tattoos.
During filming, you both got tattoos.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
many.
Can you show us any of them and what the story behind them are?
This one is for
For
good. So that when we hold hands, they touch. Poppy is here.
Hers is upside down. Mine is the other way.
You
Yeah.
have, well, you can't show
I
it
can't
today.
show it today, but well,
She
I
has her
have
hat and her
my
broom.
hat is on the inside of my arm. My broom is on the outside of my arm here. Oh, the heart.
G
So
and
she has.
G.
I have a heart with a G in it. She has a heart with an E in it.
On the backs of our
On the
legs.
backs of our legs.
And then I got
Oh,
Linda from
boy.
the 1901
That's right.
original book.
Mhm.
Frank Baum.
And I have a vase of poppies.
Mhm.
We had a
And-
few.
It was kind of funny because we were getting these permanent things on our bodies
Yeah.
before we knew if the movie was going to be good. You know, we were,
Yeah.
we were like,
Just deciding
and,
together.
and John was like, "That's really extreme. You guys are hardcore."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Should we not?
Should we not be?
Okay, is this okay?"
We'll have to circle back for part 2 and maybe see if you've gotten any more.
Ariana
Agreed,
wanted
Capone.
to do Wicked for the longest time. I've seen interviews of her stating so. And Cynthia as well. She's worked on Broadway. That she has starred in some really big things. She's done it all right. They're very talented people. The way
Yes.
that they're marketing this movie, can't work out if it's detracting, if it's actually taking away from the movie or adding to it, because it's making me want to go and watch it. However, I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing to do. I'm really not sure. I'm very confused.
Oh, is she okay? All right, I'll give you guys a second. Not now, helicopter!
You've already
Accurate.
had some drama llama.
Yep.
Ariana, with her scandalous ways, she was married to, I think was it Dalton? I can't remember what his name is, the estate agent.
Yep.
The letting agent. As soon as she started working on Wicked, it felt like she has now ended up with Ethan Slater, who is best known as SpongeBob, hence the reason why people call it the SpongeBob of it all, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants Gate. Ariana is now like dating him, but what made it really bad was that they both hooked up on the set of Wicked, and
Yep.
Ethan had only just had a baby.
Yep.
So effectively, you could call Ariana a homewrecker. You could do. Don't come after me. I'm just stating facts, all right? I'm just stating what we know. The sad thing is that I believe she was actually introduced to Ethan's wife and child. Anyway, so
Yeah, it was a huge scandal. The Cynthia Erivo meltdown over the fan poster was a big scandal and got a lot of attention. And guess what? It is not going to matter worth one single damn when that movie is released. It's going to be a monster blockbuster. Again, it's going to leave Gladiator in the dust. It's going to be a huge money earner. Nobody cares. And this business with Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater happened a while ago. So nobody gives a damn. Not going to matter. Let's continue.
there's actually been a new article that's just come out, which I don't agree with everything that is about this article. I feel like they're trying to suck up to Ariana a bit too much, you know, no matter how you feel about Ariana Grande and her work and her craft and all of that stuff. It's never okay to obviously rip apart a marriage like that, but then obviously he did it to her as well. I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion. When Ariana Grande's romance with Wicked co-star Ethan Slater went public last July, while both were still married to other people, their questionable relationship timeline eclipsed the hotly anticipated movie. It says Grande 31 separated from then husband Dalton Gomez in July 2023 after 2 years of marriage. Slater 32 divorced his former high school sweetheart Lily J, with whom she shares a 2-year-old son, the same month. Grande's divorce was finalized in March. Slater's was settled in September. I thought that they were happy, as in Lily and Slater. It was a total surprise to me. I'm sure there were some hearts broken in the process. What do you mean hearts broken in the process? And of course there was. I mean, this child, by the sounds of it, had literally just been born, and Ethan left his like forever sweetheart to be with Ariana, who was also married to the Dalton, the estate agent. So they were, you know, like, yes, hearts were definitely broken. Jay, whose son was just 11 months at the time, slammed Slater and Grande, telling Page Six her family was seen as collateral damage and that Grande was not a girl's girl. Insider told Page Six last July how Jay was completely blindsided by her husband's relationship with Grande. They were definitely cheating. Ethan's wife found texts between them flirting. Ariana even met the baby a couple of times while they were both married. We'll leave that linked in the description box because I don't want the whole video to be about this. If Ethan and Ariana were working on Wicked, they were doing it, and then this thing came out, which obviously caused a lot of hurt and upset for the people involved, but would have also cast a bit of a dull light on Wicked in general when you have this really big star, Ariana Grande, and then she's getting into this scandal. That could be another reasoning as to why they're trying to publicize this movie in a different light, because this will still be fresh in some people's minds. Okay.
Yeah, but it won't matter. I mean, it's all very Liz Taylor, Richard Burton, is it? Although this Ethan Slater guy is no Richard Burton. Okay, that is not a direct comparison. Trust me. But on set, scandalous liaisons have been a thing in Hollywood forever. It doesn't matter if they're married, if they have children, if there's a baby in the house. And again, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to have a single impact whatsoever on this movie. The fan base is too rabid and too many people have been looking forward to seeing it.
Also have this other element of it as well, where you have Cynthia who plays Alphaba. When they were coming up with the poster for this movie, they went along with this. A bit different to the original. We're trying to go with the fact that Cynthia was staring down, literally staring right at the camera, when originally, you know, the hat was over and the face was a little bit more covered. So a fan, bearing in mind a fan edit, so this is because the Wicked fan club is huge, as is with a lot of musicals, okay? But with Wicked, it's exceptionally large. People wanted to try and pay homage to the original. There was this, which then came out, and Cynthia was absolutely furious. She reacted in a very emotional way, and it was not a good way. She reacted and said, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have ever seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posting the question is your, I'm guessing, hoo-ha green. None of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is a homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurt."
Oh, for God's sake, can we erase the word erase from everything, unless you're actually talking about taking an eraser and erasing something? The word erase is so overused. It's used to emotionally blackmail people. It is the buzzword for overly sensitive snowflakes. I am so over it. Okay. This is ridiculous. And I'm sure that she'll get over it when she's nominated for an Oscar. She'll be okay. Unless she doesn't win, in which case she'll spurg. But all right.
Personally feel like this, knowing what I know now, is just a complete and utter overreaction. It was very much a fan edit. I said, "Let me put this right here to remind you and cleanse your palate." The person who made the edits then ended up putting it back up, saying, "While I deleted initially as I felt it was the right thing to do, fan posters have been around for as long as movies have existed.
That's right.
I never meant to cause any harm, and the poster is just a homage to the original Broadway poster, just like the movie's recreation is." Bear this in mind, they are both so deeply invested and like emotionally invested in this film. If you've seen the interviews, they're so emotionally invested into this film. It does not surprise me that she reacted like this now that I've seen more interviews. But to say that I think she's right, no, not at all. I feel like, you know, fans have been around a lot longer than this movie has, like so much longer than this movie is going to have been, you know.
So much merchandise for this movie, but one of the most anticipated toys of the holiday season this year are the Barbies. We have the Glinda Barbie, and of course we have the Elphaba Barbie.
This is a really recent thing that I have seen floating around, and I'm going to let this man discuss exactly what it.
Oh my God, did you guys see that? Hang on. Let me go back a teeny weeny little bit. Okay.
Around, and I'm going to let this man discuss.
Look at that Barbie. Look at that Galinda Barbie. That is awful. Look at that face. It looks nothing like her. Nothing. You know, the other day, I found a Barbie that had been made of Maggie Smith's character in Harry Potter, and it looked exactly like her, and I had the feels, but I didn't buy it. Even though it is identical to her, the face is identical. This does not look like Ariana Grande. Whose face is that? That is awful.
Exactly what it is.
This one is much more true to life, and it looks really, really good. But I'm not going to buy any of the Wicked Barbies. So my Barbie collecting days are over. I decided I needed to slam the brakes on my Barbie collecting because I just can't. All right. But that one is very nice.
Because when they're doing the product launches along with this film, they're everywhere. Like there's all sorts of merchandise going around, and the Glenda and the Elphaba dolls, probably amongst other dolls, they have put the website on the back of the box as Wicked something, which isn't actually the official website. And if you go and look up the website that is listed on the back of the box, you might be met with a bit of a surprise.
Yeah,
The
this was a
Wicked
whole
team
thing.
fucked up, and I mean in a huge way. This is a
Girl.
multi-million-dollar mistake. The Wicked movie releases in theater November 22nd, which means that all over the world they're premiering the film. There's been an Australia premiere, a London premiere. Now they're doing the
this
US
is some
premiere.
shit
And you
right
roll out
here.
the US premieres of movies. You also roll out all of the merchandising that
Yep.
comes with it. From makeup to Lego sets, we have so much merchandise for this movie. But one of the most anticipated toys of the holiday season this year are the Barbies. We have the Glinda Barbie, and of course we have the
Awful.
Elphaba Barbie. These
Beautiful.
Barbies have been distributed across the United States. They've been in stores for days now on every single Barbie box that has to do with the Wicked movie. www.wicked.com. Let me show you how to get to the actual movie's website, because it's wickedmovie.com. It's also the first thing that pops up when you type in Wicked Movie. And just so you're very aware, none of the other licensed merchandising says that website. It is just something that fell through the cracks at Mattel, which is the worst possible place it could have fallen through the cracks.
correct.
That gives a whole new meaning to Yellow Brick Road.
Takes you to a fairly like risque website, which I can't believe like did no one oversaw this, which I find incredible. Like you would have had teams and teams and teams of people who were overseeing all of this product, all of this packaging to make sure it's right, and always people.
What an absolute shit show. Hey, Darby. What an absolute shit show. Can you imagine? And when I see fuck ups of this magnitude happen at companies like Mattel, I am stunned. I mean, when you see some stupid tweet go out, you think, okay, well, they probably put the intern in charge of tweeting, you know, in the movie's PR department or whatever. And you think, okay, well, that happens. But this, they had to approve the packaging. They had to supposedly proofread whatever was put on the packaging. What a mess. Ugh, a disaster, an absolute disaster. Now, this is a problem.
People just went, yeah, that's definitely right. Not the official website, which is really bad if you do have that kind of website linked to young children. It's very unprofessional when you're.
You want to hear a sad story? This is a sad story. This is true. So, I had a significant number of my Barbies at work on my desk. And one day I decided, you know what? I've got all these Barbies on my desk. I'm going to take them home and display them in my home instead of keeping them at work. So I put them all in the trunk of my car and I forgot to take them out. I wasn't pressed. I thought, what could happen? You know, what would be the big deal? And my car got stolen. As you guys remember, if you were with me back then, they popped the trunk. They stole all my dolls. Well, not all my dolls. I still have some left, but the ones that I really loved, like the Malibu Ken that I had, the really like the Fire Island Malibu Ken, you know, with the polyester pants with the plunging neckline shirt. Oh, that one killed me. That one killed me. Like the newer ones that I had that are like throwaway garden variety Barbies that you can still buy easily. That didn't bother me, but the Malibu Ken one, that really killed me because I had had that Barbie since I was a child. And that made me sad. But no, I don't. I don't have a lot of them. A lot of them got lost during multiple moves, but I have a very beautiful collection that I'm very, very happy with.
Or just, you know, when you're trying to buy something that's not that, yeah, especially, I don't know what they're going to do because they must have put so many units out on the shelves. These two women, you know, amazing, talented, beautiful. They look so emotionally and physically drained from this film. And I don't want this to become this great big part of this, but this is actually pretty much one of the main reasonings as to why what people are picking up on when they're seeing them. What has been going on, like, in this filming process for this to do this? I dare say it. You know, when the original Wizard of Oz, you know, the with Judy Garland in it, was filming, and she lost a ton of weight because she was being overworked and she was told, like, you can't eat this and you can't, like, she was actually being abused on the set. I implore you to go and look into that because that is horrific and terribly sad. But the late great Judy Garland, she went through a horrific time when she was filming Wizard of Oz, and because of that,
and apparently she was getting sexually harassed by the Munchkins. And, you know, Judy Garland had one of the most appalling, horrific stage mothers in Hollywood history. And it's funny that she mentions Judy Garland because I was on the web and I don't even know how I got there, but there was a picture of Judy Garland later in life when she had been doing a lot of speed. You know, she was taking sleeping pills and then she was taking speed during the day to keep her weight down and to stay awake and to be able to perform. And her legs looked like twigs. She looked so frail, so frail. Her mother really did a number on her. And so did, I think it was Louis B. Mayer, who also did a number on her. It's a horrific, horrific story. A huge tragedy.
That actually stayed with her after all that had
Yeah,
happened.
she was
I mean,
13
I'm not
Gesundheit.
saying there is anything specifically going on, so please don't say that. I'm just saying that what the hell, what would be the chances, right? What would be the chances? But what I will say to you is that Cynthia, she appeared, I think it was a premiere, and a fan gave her a bracelet to wear. And unlike Blake Lively, if we remember when she was doing a premiere.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm going to put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later.
Cynthia put it on. She
I love her
actually put it
too.
on. She was
And
like,
Liza.
"Thank you," and then actually put it on.
Love them both.
Thank you. You look amazing. Thank you, sweetness.
She sure did.
Are you going to take it? Oh my goodness. For us? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to see you in this movie. Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like the way that them two interact, aside from Cynthia's situation that was going on Twitter or wherever she did that, aside from that, I feel like they do treat their fans with respect. Like, what do you guys think on the topic of conversation? Because obviously I know that maybe it's going to be quite divisive. Amazing at what they do. Bloody hell. I've seen an interview with Cynthia and she sat there and she's asked, you know, how do you sing? Which song's the most technically difficult to do?
Yeah, well, I would say that having a predilection for marrying pretty openly gay men, I would wonder about that. I just have questions like why? But Whatever. To each their own. But yeah, both mother and daughter had a fondness for marrying gay men. And I have questions. Not because I hate gay men, but just why would you? Never mind.
She just
Unless you decide that you're going to spend your life as a professional beard, it's just strange. It's a choice.
sits there without even getting up. He's singing, going like, "Oh," like belting out, and I'm like, oh my god, oh, they are phenomenal. Like, and it does make me want to go and watch it. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I don't think something real sneaky suspicious is going on in their filming process. But something must be. It's weird. That's pretty much all I've got for you today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.
Okay, well, that was fun. That was a fun way to close out the stream. I'm going to post her video again. Subscribe to her channel. I really like her content. She and Marky have been doing a lot of videos on some drama on TikTok involving pajamas, and I tried watching these videos. I didn't give a damn. It was ridiculous. Another TikTok marketing fail. But it was one of the less interesting TikTok dramas I've seen, but good on them for covering it. Now I know about it, and now I know that I don't care about it. But okay, guys, I'm going to get on with my day. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys the next time. Thanks again, guys.